Hey, are you thinking about buying new construction and maybe thinking about going it alone without a realtor? Well, let me tell you 18 reasons why that is a bad mistake. So let's find out now. So basically, number one reason is your new construction a home salesperson is they're very nice people and they love their buyers. However, they represent the interests of the builder, not you. You need somebody that is 100% on your side. And also, number two, the builder's purchase agreement is written very much in favor of the builder. It's written to protect the builder's interests and not necessarily yours. So you want to have somebody that can look that over with you and point out any red flags, or in case of any kind of bumps in the road, go back and interpret parts of the contract. Now, we're not lawyers, so we can't give you legal advice, but we can help you understand some of the stuff that's in that builder's contract. And then number three, the builder has a budget for marketing, and that includes the buyer's agent commission. So it's baked into the price. They can't lower the price if you don't have an agent because that would affect the comps of the surrounding houses in the whole neighborhood. So basically, if you don't use an agent, they just save themselves that money, but they do not pass it along to you. Number four, this kind of goes along with that. Some buyers believe they'll save money by not being represented, but that's not true because, again, they don't want to affect the prices of the comps in the neighborhood. Number five, an agent can help you navigate and deal with any disagreements or problems that you might have with the builder, the salesperson, or the building superintendent. I personally have gone to bat for many buyers, and in fact, in one case, had like the regional vice president of construction and then regional vice president of sales in the buyer's living room on the day we did the walkthrough, and was negotiating with them because there were some things that they promised would be done before closing. They weren't done. And I told them, you know as well as I do, that the day after closing, their priority goes from here to here on your list. So what are we going to do about these unfinished projects? And don't you know, they said, give us 24 hours. It will all be fixed in time for your closing tomorrow morning. And it was. So the buyers were just kind of standing at the side looking at me with their eyes wide, but very glad that they were not the ones having to have this conversation or this, they didn't have to advocate for themselves. Number six, a buyer's agent will help you negotiate the best deal possible based on potential upgrades or financing incentives or closing cost incentives and so on. I've been able to get my buyers things like rip out all the carpeting in the house and put in luxury vinyl plank, put crown molding where it doesn't exist, rip out the water heater and put in a tankless water heater. There's all kinds of things that can be done behind the scenes. And if you don't know what to ask for, you don't get it. The builder's salesperson will actually appreciate having someone else in the transaction that's working on behalf of the buyer who understands new construction and then maybe more cooperative as a result. So definitely, I know many of the builders reps at the different communities, and we get along very well. I'm very stern, would you say, or just, I advocate for my buyers, I fight for them, but in a nice way, right? So we don't alienate anybody. We just get the job done. Number eight, a buyer's agent will help you pick the home site that works best for you. The builder's agent, they've got a certain number of lots they need to sell, and those are the ones that are available right now. But an experienced buyer's agent can help you determine, okay, down the line, if and when you should ever sell this home, which lot is going to be the most appealing to potential resale buyers. A buyer's agent can assist you during the design phase or the selection process, which can be overwhelming when you're trying to figure out, do I want these door pulls or those knobs or Do I want this level of flooring or that level of flooring, this granite, that quartz? It's a lot of decisions. And if your buyer's agent accompanies you to that meeting, it can be so beneficial because basically you're looking at all the pretty things, we're looking at the resale value. So we can help you figure out, okay, that is nice, but it won't give you as much bang for your buck as maybe paying for this other feature that you're interested in. Now, I will say too that the representatives at the design centers are usually really good too. If you're honest with them about your budget, they will do their very best to help you stay within it. So we all kind of work together as a team. Number 10, buyers need an agent to guide them through the potential pitfalls of working with the builder's lender. Ideally, when I'm representing a buyer, I love it when they will use my preferred lender because I have a relationship with them. That lender has an incentive to close on time and make sure everything goes smoothly because they want to get more business from me. And in general, I don't usually have any relationship with the builder's lender, and that can create some issues sometimes. I would say the most common one is they'll quote particular rate up front, and then when it's time to lock the rate, it's never available unless you want to buy some points and buy it down. So we can talk through all that and compare what they're saying with what one of my preferred lenders would say, at least to get that second opinion on things so that you know what to expect or if they're being 100% honest with you. Now, number 11, buyers, I highly recommend you getting your own third-party inspection at certain key points in the process. And the builder generally does not want you to do that. Not because they're hiding anything, but they want to keep things moving. And so a buyer's agent is able to arrange for those inspections and schedule them so that they don't impede the progress in any way whatsoever. But we find out, are there any foundation problems? Are there any issues with the plumbing or electric or anything else behind the walls before the walls go up? And then right before the final walkthrough, are there any other outstanding issues? So the buyer is looking at, oh, the pretty upgrades and how nice the house looks. And the inspector is saying, I don't know about the pitch of this roof. I don't know about this trim at the roof line is loose. Or, hey, look, the hot water doesn't work. Or any number of things that they check for that your typical buyer wouldn't even think to look for. A buyer's agent will be there with you during important phases of the construction and will attend each of these walkthroughs either with you, or if you're out of state and you're buying here in Florida, I'll do it for you on your behalf. And then we can communicate via FaceTime or Zoom or whatever, or I can record a video and then send it to you with a YouTube link. So whatever works best for your situation. But I can be your eyes and ears on the ground when you're buying from out of state. Buyer's agent will supply you with recent comparable sales in the area so that you can understand how these might affect the value of the home you're buying. So is that new home community in line with the communities around it, and how might that impact you in the future? Now, I did not mention yet, but my area of expertise is New Tampa and Wesley Chapel, Florida. There's not a whole, well, there's no new construction in New Tampa, but there's a lot in Wesley Chapel and some of the surrounding areas. And so if you're interested in purchasing a home in the New Tampa, Wesley Chapel area, be sure to click the link in my description for a guide to new construction or a guide to relocation. I've developed both, and they can both be very helpful for you. And also comment below if you're thinking about moving here to Florida in the near future, or if any of these tips really resonate with you, or if there's anything you would like to find out more about. So moving on. Number 14, a buyer's agent is aware of other new home subdivisions in the area and can help you make value comparisons prior to committing to a specific home. Sometimes, even with the amount of new construction we have, sometimes if you fall in love with a certain builder's floor plan, I can tell you that if you build that exact same house in neighborhood B rather than neighborhood A, you can get it for $50,000 less, let's say. And that's because, of course, in real estate, it's location, location, location. But if you're okay with the alternate location, you can save a lot of money. Number 15, a buyer's agent can analyze the new home absorption rate in the area, which will indicate how much negotiating room you have. So basically looking at, are there any other sales in the area, and how quickly are homes going under contract, and so on. What percentage of a neighborhood typically is being sold at any given time. Number 16, a buyer's agent will remind you all kinds of things, but one of which is to schedule your 1-year walkthrough with the builder. And I always recommend you get a home inspection right around that time. Sometimes rather than getting your final home inspection from that third-party inspector at closing or right before closing, sometimes it's a good idea to wait until about the 9-month mark and have it done then. That way, then you present that report to your builder while the home is still under warranty and have them fix every single item on it as a warranty issue. And then number 17, a buyer's agent can help you find a builder if you want to build a custom home on your own lot. Sometimes those can be difficult to find, and also they need to be vetted, right? Somebody has to know, is this a reputable builder or not? And number 18, most buyer's agents have relationships with builders and industry vendors that will be beneficial to you. So anything from tradesmen, like sometimes there's things in the model home that don't come with the house and they're not even offered as an upgrade, but I can connect you with people that will do it for you after closing. So famous phrase of mine is, I know a guy, right? Those are the 18 major reasons why you need your own representation when you're buying new construction. Now, I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could come up with more, and maybe there's a reason that you know of that you can comment on below. But bottom line is, don't go it alone. The buyer's agents, at least right now, we are generally compensated by the builder. Hopefully, after August 18th, that won't change, because the builders know that if they want us to bring them buyers, it's going to work out a whole lot better if they pay our commission rather than making the buyer pay it. So I don't see that changing. And again, it's baked into the price of the home. So if you're going to pay for it anyways, take full use of it. And you want to make sure that you hire someone who is very experienced with dealing with new construction and builders and all the issues that may arise. So if I can help you in any way, I am happy to. I hope you have a great day, and check out this next video.